It's really quite sad that so many people tune into me because, there's kind of a need for that. People want that reassurance. This information should be coming from the authorities, people that we can trust. And there's no question in my mind, there's a massive loss of trust. I feel this talking to people I know, even talking to people here, but certainly comments from around the world, there's a great lack of trust. So who do we look to? Because there is going to be another pandemic. Now, where that pandemic comes from is an interesting question. If people are still doing various types of virological research in various laboratories around the world, funded by various people around the world, in laboratories that are somewhat leaky, then I'm afraid another pandemic is inevitable. Whether it's a natural zoonotic one or whether it's a human assisted one, shall we say. So this is going to happen. This is inevitable. And when it does happen, it's possible that there's a new virus which is much more lethal. It really is possible that we could have a virus which, kills 50% or more of people that are affected. Ebola, and we have these viruses that are there. If they became more transmissible, it is a big concern. Who do we look to? Well, do we look to the World Health Organization? Well, again, that's been greatly compromised. We know there's personal vested interest in that. We know that there's apparent
and they're trying to seize more power with this global pandemic treaty. What do you make of that?
Massive. I've been talking to James Roguski in the States about this, who's been following it through, and various other people. And power grab is the term that I would personally use. They are trying to assume power. They're trying to centralize power. The whole point about a pandemic is you need a localized response. Local doctors know what's best for their people. Local administrators hopefully would know what's best for their people. And the idea that the World Health Organization can impose a one-size-fits-all, to me, just seems quite ludicrous. And potentially impose treatments that could have, as I read these things, the authority of the nation state to enforce it. So we do have the risk of internationalized totalitarian response. And if a new pandemic happened now, with the flow of information that we will get, it would be very difficult for people like me to adjudicate exactly how serious the risk is. Because if the World Health Organization says there's a serious risk and this works and that doesn't, then based on previous evidence, I think we'd have to interrogate that quite clearly before we applied it to ourselves and our loved ones.